What's good, Internet? My name is attackslug. Welcome back to SVR 2010 on the Nintendo DS. Got some folks to talk to, and then we have 3 matches against Evolution. Even though times are tough for you on Raw, I bet you learned a lot, and now you're even stronger for it. Am I, though? Am I really? We shall see. Mr. Straight Edge Society. On Raw, we got Shawn Michaels, the Icon. Great show the other day on Raw. No, wait, what? No, there was no show on... Relax, Shawn. Booyaka, booyaka, Rey Mysterio. Batista and I are good friends. You're hurting me, Dave. You gotta keep your friends and family close. Ma familia. Alright, Ray, you would know. Speaking of Ray, though, what are the chances that Dominic joins the Monday Night Messiah and becomes part of his crew next week? That's my guess for that whole thing. Okay, Christian, I hope you're keeping my title clean. Whenever you want a rematch, you know where to find me. One more match. Mr. Canada. WrestleMania! You know I love to shine when the bright lights are on top of me. Canada! You've got to have faith in yourself, man. Trust your instincts. Hang on for the ride of your life. My life. It's my life. Obsolete. Matt Hardy. I'm impressed that you've been able to make it to WrestleMania in your first year. It's truly an amazing feat, like the time I beat my brother Jeff. Sure, that happened. Let's go. We have 3 matches on this SmackDown. Finlay versus Randy Orton is our first match on the card. Finlay! I only see Finlay. Like, what's going on here? This is your team? It's got John Cena on it. Relax, game. You really think you can hang with 3 former members of Evolution? Where's Nate? I do believe that I can hang with 3 former members of Evolution. It is a mystery. And at least this updated emulator has fixed Finlay's face problem from earlier episodes. So, thumbs up on updates. I love them. And so I welcome you to a Thursday here on the program. It has been an extraordinarily long week, and I'm trying to finish this game this week because I'm going to be busy next week, and I'm filming next week's videos this week. It's a whole thing. You'll find out when we get there. So hopefully between today and tomorrow and Sunday, we'll finish this video series. That's the plan. By hook or by crook is the plan. But let's get into last night's wrestling programs. Actually, before that, Chris Jericho has announced the next Jericho Cruise will be happening February of 2021. I wouldn't count on that if we have a resurgence in cases this fall and additional lockdowns with this whole, like, not having a vaccine. I wouldn't count on anyone wanting to go on a cruise, considering what happened with cruises, you know, the first go round in this pandemic. I would not count on any of that. But again, that's then, this is now, we shall see. I can't make any calls, but I'm gonna say that has a chance of not happening. I'd say pretty high, but we'll see. Now then, what important happened last night on both AEW and NXT? They opened AEW with a 6-man tag team match. I was like, I do not care. It was Private Party and the Bad Boy versus the Bucks of Youth and Matt Hardy. And I'm like, yeah, whatever. And the Bucks and Matt Hardy win the match. Afterwards, immediately, the Butcher and the Blade attack the Bucks. And then guess who's here? Guess who has arrived in AEW? It is FTR, formerly the Revival. They are now... Look, I can't tell you what they've said that FTR stands for, because this is a PG program. But let's just say they have shirts for it already on AEWshop.com. Now then, there was some stuff there where they attacked the Butcher and the Blade and kind of had a standoff, stare down with the Bucks. that is the match. That is the money match. Perhaps at Fyter Fest, perhaps at All Out. We shall see how that ends up planning out. But yes, formerly the Revival are finally officially in AEW, and at some point down the line, that money match is going to be Bucks versus FTR. Can't wait. Should be a barn burner. Faux show. After that, you had Cage, Brian Cage, fighting a jobber with Moxley on commentary. We have learned that it will be Mox and Cage happening at Fyter Fest, which doesn't have a date yet. Someone said it was going to be on the 4th of July, but there's no date for that thing just yet, I don't think, from what I've seen. So, Finlay putting away Randall, Keith, Orton, and one and done. Bring me Batista, the Manimal. Another match for the ages, Cena versus Batista. Duct tape? Are you serious? Really? Continuing on. Let's pick some cards here. I want instant kick out, I want instant get up, and I want the run in, because why not? Okay, so, following that, we got our update on Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, who is a role model and is now in a wheelchair that says role model, ROLL model. Thumbs up on that. It's great. And she is doing the very old school Jericho conspiracy theory stuff from WCW. And again, awesome. Fantastic. Because in wrestling, there is a theory that after 7 years of doing something, you can do it again. There is enough audience turnover that anything old can be new again and fresh again. So having her do the conspiracy thing is fantastic. And having her blame Aubrey Edwards as the center of this grand conspiracy, also awesome. What is not awesome is that she said her return, her in-ring return, will be at All Out, and that is September. So rest of the summer, we're not going to get any in-ring stuff from Britt Baker. Hopefully they keep her on TV because she is golden as this heel. It is just really good stuff, and I'm enjoying it. So give me more of that every week, and I will dig it. Now then, speaking of every week, we got our update from our new TNT champion, Cody, and his plan is to have the TNT Open Challenge every week for that title and defend it every single week, I guess, until he loses it at some point. So yes, that begins next week with the winner of last night's Battle Royal. But before that, you had Kip Sabian and Jimmy Havoc beating SCU. They get a shot at those tag team titles next week, but as a reminder, best friends get the shot at Fyter Fest. So I don't see the belts changing hands with that. They're teasing dissension between MJF and Wardlow. That is a matter of time before those two end up having a match. Hey, maybe even at Fyter Fest, maybe at All Out, depending on how long you want to drag it out and have that be a storyline. But they just started the beginning of that because they were both in that Battle Royal last night. So hey, I'm all for it. But please, keep this long-term booking of MJF being undefeated, please. Because it's working for you really well. Now then, the Battle Royal, right? Both MJF and Wardlow got taken out of that Battle Royal, and the last two in that match were Jungle Boy and Orange Cassidy. Either one for me would have been fine, but Jungle Boy got the victory, and therefore he challenges next week for that TNT Championship. So that should be some interesting bits of business. And the main event, which was not a match, it was the Inner Circle pep rally, which Vicky was there, excuse me, right? And they were obviously very sad and trying to get cheered up from losing the Stadium Stampede match. And we learn that Jericho has beef with Tyson. And if you are like me, you probably forgot that Tyson punched out Chris Jericho on Raw about 10 years ago. So I totally spaced on that appearance on Raw where he was teaming with Jericho versus DX, but Hornswoggle was there in that whole era of Hornswoggle and DX. That whole thing was happening. And he clearly turned on Jericho, revealed I'm in DX, and punched out Jericho, and he's still mad about it. So hey, continuity. Even in different companies, I love long-term wrestling continuity. I'm not sure how you pay it off between these two. If that's going to be a Fyter Fest or an all-out type deal, I can't imagine that Mike Tyson is cheap to have on the show. So I would say dragging it out all the way to all out perhaps would be very, very expensive. But if TNT wants to foot the bill, good on them. It's getting them mainstream attention this morning on like ESPN and wherever else. So, cool. Alright? And that was the deal with that. And so, yes, I'm not sure if you do like a pre-taped match between those two, or like if it's a tag team match, or if it's like a 5-man. Like, I'm not sure how you work Tyson and Jericho, because you're not going to have a one-on-one match. Please don't give us a repeat of Braun Strowman and Tyson Fury. Nobody wants that. Nobody. Right? So, we'll see, man. But yeah, they had the big pull-apart brawl, very much in the vein of Austin and Tyson, but we didn't have Tony Khan going, "You ruined it, you ruined it," right? That could have been a thing, but it wasn't. So, again, it's been way more than 7 years. So sure, do it again. There is still enough name value in Mike Tyson for it to work. 2 down, 1 to go. Slug's team is victorious. That was one of the best matches I've ever seen. Is this a sign of things to come at WrestleMania? Am I still fighting the game here, or is he going to leave? We are out of time, folks. See you next Friday on SmackDown. So all that, they said it was going to be 3 of us, and Triple H is doing the cowardly heel thing and ducking me. $4,000. But yeah, on my clock here, a good 15 minutes, and I wouldn't have had that time on my voice yesterday. But hey, the road to WrestleMania continues. Kele in the gym, what do you got? Come over to Raw sometime. Like, you can't give me different dialogue in a different spot there. Miss Kelly, you can't. You really can't. Jeff Hardy, what do you got? My philosophy is, yeah, shut up. Shut up, Jeff Hardy. I'm tired of your philosophy. It's Thursday. What's up, Hornswoggle? Ha ha ha. Get me a soda. Ha ha. My phone's ringing. Who's it gonna be? Slug? What's up, Jeff Hardy? Why don't you come meet me in the gym? 12-3. SmackDown. Before I do that, what do we got here? Nobody at the arena. Nobody at the outskirts. We only have Jeff Hardy in the gym. What's up? There's one more week left until WrestleMania. So yes, I will finish this series tomorrow. Fingers crossed. I can't wait to watch your match against Triple H. It should be epic. You gotta go in with a clear head though. I have a feeling you still have some unfinished business to take care of. Why don't you see Vicky and ask her to give you a match? Against who? Who? What is this unfinished business you refer to? I'll go talk to Miss Vicky Guerrero. Who's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? I'm busy right now. If you got something to say, make it quick. There's one more match I want before WrestleMania. Who do you think you are, Mr. McMahon? Speaking of which, the only way you'll get the match you want is if he says, oh, it's okay. Like I said, I'm busy. Please leave. So I get to pick. That's fair enough. He's the boss. Slug. Millions of people are anxious to see your match against Triple H. The buy rate projections are off the charts. It's all about the money. Well, what can I do for you? I want to fight someone before Mania. Is there any tape for Vicky's mouth? I want to fight. That should be fine. Anything for one of my top money makers. I'll give Vicky a call and take care of this. Thanks, Vinnie Mac. Much obliged. Don't cross the boss. Huh, Vicky? Now what? Mr. McMahon called me. Let's work together for SmackDown's future. If you're sure, I'll arrange the match. I still have no idea who they're talking about. So, do I get to pick who it's going to be? I think I do. I think I get to pick who it's going to be. So, CM Punk, Shawn Michaels, John Cena, Rey Mysterio, Christian Finley, Evan Bourne, nobody here, and Kennedy, Jeff, and Matt. I think if anybody would give me an amazing match, it would be HBK, Shawn Michaels. And certainly, I'm fighting Triple H at WrestleMania, so that makes all the sense in the world. HB Shizzle, fight me. What do you want? I want to fight you. You got a lot of nerve challenging Mr. WrestleMania. Alright, is it now good? Are we good? Is it gonna happen? Yes, we are. Let's, go. We're 1 week away from WrestleMania. Slug has some business to attend to before the biggest show in all of sports entertainment. He's requested a match to settle one more score. NXT last night opened with the interim cruiserweight triple threat match, which is Maverick versus Atlas and Kushida, and wouldn't you know it, Drake Maverick won the match. They have to have rehired him. Look, if they rehired and re-signed Drew Gulak, they have to have hired Drake Maverick back. Like, I don't see any other option as to why you would have him win this. He's fighting Phantasma in the finals. And what are the chances that the kidnappers interfere in that match and cause Phantasma to lose the match and Drake Maverick is your interim cruiserweight champion? If I was booking it, that's what I would do. So we shall see. They had Gargano beat a jobber. There's more stuff with Mia Yim and Keith Lee, etc., building towards that whole thing at In Your House for the North American Championship. Shotzi Blackheart fought Raquel. There was some stuff in there with Dakota Kai and Tegan Nox and Candice. It all kind of played together in some kind of overarching story bit of business. Rhea Ripley and Io teamed versus Charlotte and Chelsea Green. And Charlotte and Chelsea won the match. And then on the internet afterwards, on Twitter, on the exclusive stuff afterwards, Chelsea has fired Robert Stone. So that's a story that's happening at the moment. We had our Cole and Regal sit-down Skype interview, right? That happened, and that confirmed that Cole will fight Dream one more time, for the last time, on an appropriate stage for both their spotlights. So to me, that sounds like a cinematic match in the making for In Your House between those two. And will Dream get it done? Because if he does not get it done, he can never challenge Adam Cole while he is still champion ever again. We shall see. They had Ciampa beat the same jobber that was also beaten by Karrion Kross to build that match for In Your House. And the main event was the fight pit between Thatcher and Riddle. And that was fantastic. It just felt different, right? It felt unique. It felt fresh. And I'm always down for that kind of, wow, DDT from HBK and the kip up. And the kip up. Never discount Mr. WrestleMania. He gonna get you every single time. So Thatcher won that match, as you might have imagined he would, because we pretty much know that Riddle is going to SmackDown. And if you're leaving a brand, if you're on your way out, you go out staring at the lights on your back. That's how it used to work in all of the old territory days, so that continues to be the case, thankfully. Right, so there was that whole bit of business. Thatcher got his teeth knocked out in that match. It was brutal. And, like, having the cage and having the scaffolding at the top, it just made the whole thing feel extra special and unique. So I'm totally down for the fight pit. It was pretty good. So that was kind of that main event on NXT, and those were your shows from last night. We'll see how the ratings do. Those numbers out later on this afternoon. So we'll see, man. But Shawn Michaels giving me a fight here. I mean, I expect nothing less from HBK. Strong grapple. Backstabber. And then a pinfall off the backstabber. If it's good enough for Chris Jericho, it's good enough for me. And there we go. Slug, you're not the only superstar I felt I owed a favor. Why is Vince here? No chance. That's what you got. Up against the machine, too strong. Alright, Vince, what's the deal? What's happening? Yep, Vinnie Mac is in the building. I have a fear of that happening. Don't cross the boss. In exchange for granting you the last match, I'm going to give another superstar the opportunity to join your main event at WrestleMania. Wait, what? This game can't do triple threat matches. If he can beat you tonight, of course, and that superstar is Edge. I wanted to save the game. I want it to be done. I'm sitting here for half an hour. You and I have been through a lot, and you don't know how long I've been waiting to get my hands on you again. So Edge is a heel again. Okay. Well, this is an unexpected surprise. Surprise, surprise, surprise. Slug has to take on Edge before WrestleMania, and a third man could be added. No, that's not going to happen. This game can't do triple threat matches. So, I'm sorry. Oh, I was done, man. I was done for today. What the hell? Powerbomb. And take you out. 1, 2. Stacked them up. We're done. Edge's surprise challenge didn't turn out the way he hoped it would. It's just more momentum for Slug. He's heading into Mania on an amazing hot streak. Yeah. His match against Triple H will be one for the ages. See you this Sunday at WrestleMania. It's not this Sunday. It's not how calendars work. And it looks like tomorrow's going to be a short one, because all we have now is WrestleMania. I'm attackslug. Thanks for watching. More videos right here. See you next time. And I'm out.